Good day everyone, and welcome back to English class. In this video, we will discuss the correct usage of the verbs has, have, and had. When should we use has, have, and had? In using has, have, and had, there are two things we need to remember. First is the tense of the verb, and second is the number of the subject. Let's go through them one by one to fully understand the usage of has, have, and had. The first thing we need to consider is the tense of the verb. In English, there are three main tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Let's review the tenses of the verb. When we say present tense, it refers to actions happening or being experienced at the moment. Past tense indicates that the action is completed or no longer happening. Future tense refers to actions that will happen or are yet to be done. Now, let's go back to the main topic, has, have, and had. The verb has and have are in the present tense. We use has and have when we want to talk about things we or other people are currently experiencing, or when we want to express things we currently have or other people have at present. For example, I have a computer. The sentence expresses that I have a computer now or at present. She has a knee injury. It implies that she currently has a knee injury. Alright? Now let's move on to the verb had. Since the verb had is in the past tense, we use it to express things we had or events we experienced in the past but are no longer happening. For example, I had a computer. The sentence conveys that I had a computer before, but I don't have one now. She had a knee injury. It implies that she no longer has a knee injury, or the injury has healed because the verb is now in the past tense. Alright? The second thing we need to consider is the number of subject in a sentence. In English, there are singular and plural subjects. Singular subject refers to one entity, while plural subject refers to two or more entities. How do we determine which one is appropriate to use when talking about the number of subject in a sentence? Let's go back to our topic, has, have, and had. We use has when there is only one subject in a sentence. For example, Arnold has a new coat. The subject in this sentence is Arnold. Since Arnold refers to only one person, we use the verb has, which is appropriate for a singular subject. Always remember that when there is only one subject, we always use has. He has a new coat. She has a new coat. On the other hand, have is used when there are two or more subjects. For example, Arnold and Ellie have bought a new laptop for their online class. In this sentence, we use have because there are two subjects, Arnold and Ellie. Always remember that when there are two or more subjects, we use have in a sentence. They have bought a new laptop for their online class. We have bought a new laptop for our online class. Had, on the other hand, can be used no matter how many subjects there are because the number of subjects in the past tense verb is not important. What we consider in using had is that the action should be completed or the subject is no longer experiencing an event or is no longer possessing something. For example, he had a laptop. We had a laptop. It's also important to note that in English grammar, there's exceptions, those that don't follow the rule. For instance, in our topic has, have, and had, the pronouns I and you are always paired or used with the verb have. Even though I and you are used as singular subject, I'm only one and you're just also one, but remember that we always pair these pronouns with the verb have. I have a cell phone. You have creative ideas. Now, let's try this short exercise. For number 1, Kenna blank a great experience on her trip to Korea last week. Since it's indicated that the event happened last week, we automatically use the past tense had, whether there's one or more subjects in the sentence. Next, we blank 10 dogs. Since the subject in the sentence is we use have that's appropriate for a plural subject. I can say, we have 10 dogs if we currently have 10 dogs. Or we had 10 dogs if we had 10 dogs in the past but no longer have them or some of them have died. Next, she blank written a novel. Because our subject she is singular, we will use has. Why has? If you notice, the tense of our verb in the sentence is in the perfect tense, and it's more appropriate to use the present perfect has written in this sentence rather than the past perfect had written, because the past perfect is often used to indicate that one action happened before another. So, in sentences with past perfect tense, we need two actions. For example, she had written a novel when I published my first book. Since our original sentence contains only one action, it is appropriate to use the present perfect tense. Alright? Next, I blank new clothes and shoes. I have new clothes and shoes. Remember, with the pronouns I and you, we always use have. But when the event is already finished or the clothes or shoes you are referring to are old, you can say, I had new clothes and shoes last Christmas, for example. For the last item, you are lucky because you blank good friends. Same case as number 4. Because we have an indicator that the sentence is in the present tense, and because the subject you is special, even if the speaker is only referring to one person, we still use have. You are lucky because you have good friends. Let's have a quick recap of this lesson. First, in using has, have, and had, we consider the appropriateness of the verb tense and the number of subjects. Second, we use has and have in the present time. Has is used in the present time with a singular subject, while have is used in the present time with plural subjects or multiple subjects. Third, had is the past tense of has and have. So we use it to express things we had in the past or events in the past. We can use had with singular and plural subjects. Lastly, the pronouns I and you are always used with the verb have, even if these pronouns are used as a singular subject. They fall under English grammar exceptions that contradict the rules of grammar. Alright, we'll end our lesson here. If you have questions on this topic, please feel free to ask in the comment section. I hope you've learned something today, and thank you for listening.